It's Monday night in the National Football League. We'll see Seattle battling Washington as the Seahawks look to defeat the football team for the second straight season. We'll close out Week 12 next on EA Sports.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. And for the first look at the veteran Russell. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jamin Davis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Okay, partner, a couple points of interest right here, all right? Offensively, we see that they came out throwing the football, but maybe more importantly, the blitz that came defensively, they got right after it.
And you were telling me pregame before we came on air, you think this is something we could see a lot.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because this is a unit that wants to play the game on their terms.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Apparently this defense has come to play. A sack and a run stuff behind the line on the first 2 plays.
And I don't think this is the script. Wilson dumps this one off to Chris Carson, and he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 21 carries, 123 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Love, they go play action now. Flush to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Love eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. They go back to Carson here on second. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
There's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Washington offense heading out. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. It's a gain of 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Love. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Gibson again. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Love looking to throw it. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Curtis Samuel with touchdown number 7 on the year. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out. end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again. With a first down now. Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there. I tell you what, CD, this Washington defense, very strong in the victory last week.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing that they're picking up the first down. To throw is Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The numbers a week ago for Everett. 7 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now Wilson. He'll find Everett there, complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. They stopped him shy of the marker, thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Pass incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Now it's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board. Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
play action this time with Love. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
On play action, Love to throw. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Play fake. Here's Love. Rolling to his right. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll begin the drive with Carson. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They go play action now. Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
On first down, Carson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Wilson's throw taken in by Snead. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Throwing is Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
If you rank 1 from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, 1 from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 and 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Yeah, boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And Myers able to knock it through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Jordan Love in this offense, ready to get the football back. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move it.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And the Seahawks are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play call from here on out, got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
On second down, it's Carson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. They run it with Carson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 18. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now it's Wilson. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson working the middle here. That's complete to Everett, the tight end. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. A third field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Wilson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Myers' kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll as they take over here with 11 seconds remaining. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Final play of the half. Love sliding out of the pocket. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he returns this to the 22.
We got this. Washington takes over first and 10. And their own 22.
Jordan Love in this offense, ready to get the football back. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
He's to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
DJ Reed, who played in college at Kansas State, made the tackle. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Love now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Brings our 2nd and goal at the 3-yard line.
And they'll run again. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is up to 5. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Chase Young in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack?
Under pressure, they got him again.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Returnable here from the 38. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. Creeping up on 1,000, could get there on this drive. So a challenge for him to do that, but also defensively, maybe a challenge for them to not allow that.
And that means probably kicking even more coverages to his side. And what that really means is wherever he lines up, you will have a cornerback over in his area. Now, instead of blitzing your linebacker, drop him into coverage. Instead of the safety dropping into regular coverage, that safety moves into that area to try and discourage a quarterback from going to him. That means everyone else, win your routes. You've got an opportunity to catch passes now, too.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
56, come on, boys, 56. Check 56.
off the play fake. Love. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Love, they go play action now. And now here's another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed. And some room to roam now. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Third down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Love back to it here after the pick 6. Going for Burton, and he's got it. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw now, here's Love. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. To try again after the sack. Love, flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check 82, watch it. 56, the mic, boys, 56. Check, 56. Here we go, 56, Mike.
Love looking to throw it. And he finds McLaurin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's a give to Gibson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll go again with Gibson. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on third down. Working out of the gun. Love. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 22. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, They're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Let's go!
Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player, but he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On third down, Wilson. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Chase Young able to record his 5th sack of the season. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well. Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense an opportunity?
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything, forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And he wisely will throw that one away. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
And not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
On 1st and 10, Love eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 35.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 61 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
How many times do we say in this game is speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways. In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And Washington has once again taken the lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half. It gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Well, there was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Now Love. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point in the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Play action this time with Love. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. They'll run with Gibson. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So Wilson and the Seahawks down by 10. A minute 46 to go. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Wilson to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Wilson to Metcalf that time. 1st down, Seattle. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a camera on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Gibson again. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this score will stay right where it is.